this place is dusty. I gotta find a better studio. These catacombs are not working well. The acoustics are amazing. I did have a very vivid dream in which I was exploring this kind of underground structure, and I've had these types of dreams before, and I understand what they symbolize, but usually they're a lot scarier. This one was sort of like enjoyable. I was kind of admiring the masonry, and I thought it was a really beautiful looking building. Kind of like an old church basement, but without the church. It was just the under part. And so it was okay until I got to this very dark hallway and I couldn't make out what was at the end of it. But without thinking, I just walked into the hallway, and then I got really scared because I was enveloped in darkness, and I just said hello, and I said it in the dream, and I said it in the real waking world as well, and then I woke up. So maybe I had that dream because I do a podcast in a crypt every week. And another thing about me that you might not know, I've just been having a series of normal experiences and just basically kind of having a normal life. Why? What did you hear? What did you hear? Yeah, normal Joe kind of stuff. You know, the sink is full of dishes. I haven't done dishes in a few days. But it's kind of easy to let dishes live in your head rent-free, you know? They're taking up space in your sink and in your mind. Because if you let them pile up for a while, you're kind of like, I'm a huge piece of shit. Like, it's supposed to be like a barometer for like how much of a piece of shit you are is like how many dishes you have in the sink. Or at least that's how your internal logic works. And you're like, it doesn't really matter because I know I'm just gonna wash them like tomorrow. I know that. So I don't feel like a piece of shit. I'm not gonna let plates control my emotions. Fuck plates. Most things can just be in a big bowl. I prefer a bowl when possible. Are there any other bowl brethren out there? It just gives me a little more security with what I'm working with. We're just keeping tighter reins on the operation with a bowl. So that way there's no chance of anything ending up on the table, which is covered in COVID-19. It's still there. It's just lurking. Do you know anybody who's had COVID-19 in the last, year? If you want a really obscure bit of Twitter lore that I feel like maybe I'm the only person who actually knows that this happened, there was this Twitter epidemiologist who seemed like he was really very well educated about COVID-19. This was in, March, April of 2020. And I was following him because he kind of was making it seem like maybe it wasn't going to be a big deal. And what he said kind of made sense, so I was just following him. I didn't, at this point, I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I'm like, we're all going to die, or we're all going to break the economy. Both happened. We all died. We're dead now. Well, anyway, I followed this guy for a while, and he started to get kind of a lot more followers. And at one point, he went on Fox News. And he kind of danced around saying whether you should wear a mask or not. He's like, the mask kind of works, but I don't know, it kind of doesn't also. And so then he kind of got a lot of flack for that. And then a lot of other epidemiologists on Twitter kind of started going after him and saying, you're not actually a doctor. You didn't actually go to Africa in 2014 tracking cases during Ebola. And he was like, yeah, I did. And then his wife came to his defense and was like, he definitely went to Africa and did that. And she was really defending him pretty ardently. And then she kind of stopped doing it a little bit. And that guy's Twitter shut down. And then a few days later, she was making tweets like, well, I guess my whole life has been a lie. And I guess I'm looking for somewhere else to live now. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm just trying to find out if it's safe to go to the grocery store. What is all this? The grocery store, man, it was such a drag. I'm just handling change. And I have the feeling of being nude in Chernobyl. Well, I touched a coin, might as well go home and lie down until I pass away. I didn't know what to expect. So I was just taking normal precautions, but then we all died, so I guess I should have tried harder. If that was a test of some kind, we definitely failed. If it wasn't a test, then I guess I'll stop eating pangolin meat. But it's really good. That 2020 COVID throwback segment was brought to you by Moderna. We're working on a shot that turns you into an X-Men. Moderna. Looking forward to that from Moderna. Thank you so much for sponsoring this upcoming segment, which is the sports segment, of course, something everyone's been asking for. The special games that we all know and love and that we all watch as well. You've heard of them. You know, you've heard of golf. You heard about the guy who got arrested for doing golf, right? The Scotty Scheffler guy? I didn't even know this fucking guy existed. I mean, I feel like I actually know enough about sports that I should have known the most famous golf guy. Not a good look. Be more famous to me. Be known to me. Maybe it's because he doesn't have a good sports name. Tiger Woods, that's a great golf name. You picture a tiger in the woods, you get scared. And that's how you should feel watching him, because you should be in awe of his skill, of his power. Scotty Scheffler, I don't know who that is. That sounds like some guy that got your sister pregnant in high school. Who's Scotty Scheffler? He's just some guy, he's some guy who hangs around the gas station. He's bumming cigs off people. Some people's names, they just don't match who they are. I think my name reflects who I am, but I don't know, my name's kind of complicated. People actually just, like, they can't do it. They can't spell my last name, they can't do it. I look at my last name like that's normal, but people like to, like, add entire syllables to it. People are doing, like, fan fiction of my name. They're, like, adding their own content. Like, they're making a contribution to my last name. They're being like, I think it should have another A, and I'm thinking another T would look good there. Like, when I look at it, I'm like, you're obviously just guessing. And I don't understand why you would be guessing. If you're writing it down somewhere, you must have it on file, on record somewhere. So what's the issue? People like to make decisions about my first name, too. About, like, 40% of people I meet, I'll be like, hey, I'm Frankie. They're like, okay, nice to meet you, Frank. I'm like, okay. Is that gonna stick? I'm like, how did you decide that my name isn't what I said it was? I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I'm just trying to figure out what's the thought process here. Like, my name's Frankie, and everyone's like, yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not that. It's shorter. But I get it. You gotta save time. You don't want to say the last syllable. I don't want to say it either. Why do I ever have to say my own name? It's stupid. We shouldn't have names. We should have numbers. I'll start. I'll be number 1. Just because. I mean, it seems appropriate. I'm the first. So, whoever wants to call dibs on 2, 2 is up for grabs. So that was Name Corner. You can contribute next time by telling me your name, and I'll tell you if it's a good name or not. Send me a picture of yourself, and I'll just decide if your name matches you. And I can tell just by looking at your ugly mug what you got going on there, you little rascal. I'm gonna ask you now to think of your favorite name you've ever heard, and I'll think of mine. Probably Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald is like a mantra you can say to yourself to bring comfort to yourself. Ronald McDonald, he's just the same old guy. He's always sitting on that bench like a dickhead. He's waiting for you to sit next to him. And he just stares straight ahead like a lifeless, frozen corpse while you enjoy your meal. And he doesn't mind that drunk people pee on him sometimes. He's really a role model for us. This is why I'm gonna name my child Ronald McDonald. They're also gonna have my extremely insane and rare last name. So it's gonna be quite a mouthful. Just like a delicious small fry from McDonald's. McDonald's treating you right since 1953? McDonald's. I'm loving it. McDonald's. Thanks to McDonald's for that. I don't know if I did a good job conveying how they don't know what year McDonald's started in the McDonald's ad that McDonald's wrote. I hope that came through in my performance of that particular ad. I think McDonald's started, I mean, if they want me to do their work for them, I can do that. I mean, I don't think they're far off. Oh, 1940. They missed it by an entire world war. So, you know, maybe I guess I should just write the ads myself. And see what comes out. So here we go. McDonald's. Have you ever wanted to believe in something? Have you ever felt like there was more to life than the common day-to-day drudgery, that it was all adding up to something? Also, do you like burgers and fries? We can supply you with that. We don't know about any of the other stuff about life. Just, you know, good luck. Good luck to you. But McDonald's, you're loving it. See, I changed it. Turned it around. It's not about me. I'm giving it all up to you. You're the one who's going to be loving it. Then I had another dream about going up. That same night, I had a dream about going up into a large tower. This is actually a Jungian theme in dreams, I guess. But I have no idea what it means. The basement stuff I get. See, none of my dreams are at ground level. This is what I can't figure out. I'm one of these dream freaks. I like hearing about other people's dreams. I think they're interesting. I want to know why there's an older part of the brain, the one that's pre-spoken language, that just deals with symbols. It communicates through symbols. So there's something built into the brain that has this kind of like innate artistic ability to express ideas symbolically. But the fact that they're coming from us and we can't interpret them should raise some pretty interesting questions. Like, why is the mind playing this little game with itself? If there's a part of my brain that I have absolutely no knowledge of, then am I really my brain then? It seems unlikely. I'm just parts of my brain. There are other parts that I don't identify as myself. To me, subjectively, they feel like some other agent is acting and sending messages to me, but it's also me. Then my brain is like, part of my brain is like possessed. Nobody has any control over it. So whose is it? Whose brain is it anyway? But you do all kinds of things unconsciously. You're breathing unconsciously. You're blinking I mean, now you're not. You're welcome. So that's just kind of nature. I mean, that's just how nature made us, to do that, to be able to do that. If our attention moves away from it, it just runs itself. So whatever it is that's providing nature with the impetus to exist, it's running itself whether you're aware of it or not. And I guess it can talk to you. I think that maybe that's the easiest way to think about it, is that's nature talking to you. But I don't speak nature. I speak English. I try to. Sometimes I mess up. So, yeah, I don't know. So does it mean anything that I'm going underground and I'm going high above ground and things are happening? And is there any sense to be made of it? We're going to answer that question once and for all. But first, a message from Greg. So just interjecting here, Greg is not a company or anything. It's just some guy named Greg. So here's what Greg wrote for us. He said, "Hey, my name's Greg. I'm just a cool guy. I'm single, but I got GoldenEye on N64. I got Totino's Pizzas, and I got some nice Pinot. Get in touch. My email is Greg.edu. So that's the end of the ad. I got a lot to say about that. First of all, what is Greg.edu? I guess I'll go there. I guess I'll go there on my computer and just see. Wow. This guy started an entire college where people can learn about Greg, the guy. They can learn about his life. They take courses and they learn about his life. This is incredible. There's a course here called Early Greg Studies. All they do is study what he did when he was a toddler. This is incredible. Holy shit, the tuition's $150,000 a year. What the fuck? Damn, you can get a bachelor's in Greg studies. This is crazy. His life doesn't seem that interesting. I don't know how much there is to study. If all he does is play GoldenEye and eat frozen food, I don't think. Oh, it even says that here on the website. It says, think there's nothing to learn about Greg? You're about to look like a huge dipshit with egg on your face. There is so much to Greg. There is a rich tapestry of knowledge and information that one can arm themselves with. To learn from Greg, his mistakes, his accomplishments, one can carry the lessons into their own life and become another person who teaches people about Greg. But I don't know, the campus does look really nice. But I already went to college. I went to podcasting school and I learned how to podcast. It took me 2 years to learn how to set up the mic and then 2 more years to figure out how to record audio into a computer, but I got it. And if I hadn't done it, you would never know who this man is. That's right, I'm talking about Slurp Von Goddamn Lipstick. He's the host of Time Check. Got a problem? Me too. I can't do anything about it. He threatened me last time I told him I was going to get rid of him. And just in case you're not caught up on the goings-on, in the previous episode, Slurp Von Lipstick did say point blank he was done doing Time Check. He had abandoned time completely. I just want you to know this was a moment of delusion in his life. He's still doing Time Check. He's back on track. He's back on his meds. The fact that our voices sound similar is no reason for you to suspect that he's actually not here and it's just me. Because it would be easy to get away with that, but I'm not going to lie to you like that. If I say it's Slurp Von Lipstick, it definitely is. He's definitely here. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm round of applause for Slurp Von Lipstick. Give it up, come on. Right on, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. I want to thank the host of this show who's so kind, who's so gracious to me. Slurp Von Lipstick. I mean, I don't deserve it, honestly. I'm a huge piece of shit. But I do appreciate the appreciation regardless, even though I suck. So I'll just give you the time. We'll just do that. Hold on a second. Someone's coming in. Oh, shit. Shit. Another person claiming to be Slurp Von Lipstick, even though I'm pretty sure I'm Slurp Von Lipstick because I said that. Someone has walked into the room, and I guess he wants to get on the mic and do Time Check. He's insisting he's Slurp Von Lipstick, but I'm pretty sure I am. So I'll let you decide who's the real one. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Slurp Von Lipstick, the host of Time Check. Wawa Zawa. Hey, welcome to Time Check. It's me, Slurp Von Lipstick, the real deal, the real host of Time Check. So hey, what's up? What's cracking? I always say that, right? That's the thing I usually always say when I do Time Check. Pretty sure. What the hell is going on? Who is this character? Wait. This motherfucker says he's Slurp Von Lipstick. What is going on? How can there be 3 of us? This doesn't make any sense. He's insisting he wants to be on the mic. Alright, I'll hand it over to him. Ladies and gentlemen, Slurp Von Lipstick, the host of Time Check. Razzle dazzle, everybody, it's me, Slurp Von Lipstick, the host of Time Check, the real one. It just goes to show you how important time is and how great doing Time Check is, the fact that so many people want to get in on it. Look, if you want to do, like a Time Check X, like TED and TEDx, if you want to do your own offshoot, you have my blessing. Just know, this makes me very upset. It makes me shake and cry and rage in bed all night when I see other people doing Time Check. Everything they're doing about it is wrong. I've perfected it. And I defy... Sorry about that. This door... Why is the door open? First of all, and why is there another guy here who says he's Slurp Von Lipstick? We have to get this sorted out, like now. We have to do it now. There's not that much time left in the episode. Okay, so we're gonna close the door. We're gonna let this last Slurp Von Lipstick have his say. Ladies and gentlemen, Slurp Von Lipstick, the host of Time Check. Hey, that's right, you know me, you know my face, you know my voice. It's me, Slurp Von Lipstick. I just want to be the Slurp Von Lipstick, because I believe I am the real and correct one. And if you vote for me for Slurp Von Lipstick, I don't know, I'll just sign a copy of the Bible, I guess. I can send that to you. That's how we can figure it out who has the real signature of Slurp Von Lipstick. Let's have it. I'm looking at the room. Am I getting some nods? Let's do signatures. Match it to the actual Slurp Von Lipstick signature. We can settle this in no time. Okay, so everybody has a pen and a pad. And here we go. Let's sign that name, Slurp Von Lipstick. Let's do it correctly. Sorry, I don't want to hog the mic. I'll hand it over to a different Slurp. How about Slurp number 2? That's the one I thought was real. Then I remembered I'm Slurp Von Lipstick, and I was like, oh yeah, no, it's me. But if he wants to share the result of the handwriting test, I'll let him on. Ladies and gentlemen, Slurp Von Lipstick number 2, the host of Time Check. Hey, fuck up. Fuck you. Sorry. We're not getting along with each other, honestly. We haven't even been in here for... So yeah, the handwriting. So I have here a copy of the most famous piece of Slurp Von Lipstick memorabilia, the gigantic grandfather clock that smells like piss. Nobody wants to go near it. But he signed that, so we know that's the real Slurp Von Lipstick signature. So we're going to match these, and it should be plainly obvious, just putting them next to each other. And it's not. They're all completely identical. Now that I'm looking at it right now, they're completely identical. Well, I don't know what to do. Slurp number 3. Can Slurp number 3 please come to the mic? Ladies and gentlemen, Slurp Von Lipstick number 3, the host of Time Check. Hey everybody, it's me, Slurp number 3. Look, here's a suggestion I'm gonna throw into the wind. See where this lands. How about we just all be Slurp Von Lipstick? Let's just share in what it means to be Slurp Von Lipstick. Okay, we all have to say what time it is. At the same time, I'm pulling the clock up here. We are multiplying the power of Time Check by 4. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. It is 12:40 a.m. 12:40 a.m. Yeah. All right, well, we have to go out into the world and we have to go make it a better place. And not do anything weird with each other. We're not going to do any weird stuff to each other. Because we're the same, we're like clones, we're not going to mess around. What? It's just going to be time stuff, alright? So, hey, see you later. Alright, give it up for the Slurps, the traveling troupe. Or am I one of the Slurps? You don't know? You'll never know who I really am. Yeah, so, what else is on the docket? I feel like having a lot of ice cream. You know what's going on with me? Sometimes you just go through phases. I'm going through a phase where I'm interested in the Greek islands. I think they're cool. Some YouTube videos got recommended to me, but I don't really take vacations. I feel like anywhere you go, you just end up pissing off a lot of locals, because I live in a tourist city, and personally, tourists don't really bother me, but a lot of locals just hate tourists. But then when I'm a tourist, I'm like, I'm sorry for coming here. Even though I'm spending a bunch of money, you're getting a bunch of money from me, but I'm from somewhere that's worse than this. So you should, let me in. I mean, that's why I'm here, because where I'm from is not as good as this. But I mean, all vacations have a shelf life. You always want to take a long vacation, but Eventually a vacation just transitions into you live here now. Because you're gonna just be bringing your problems with you. You're putting your problems in a little suitcase in your mind, and you're taking them on vacation with you. What you have to do is bring the vacation to you. You have to become the vacation, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. And you have to try to make life a vacation for other people as well, because they're miserable old fucks. Like, maybe a good way to operate is to just assume that everyone is experiencing the maximum amount of suffering possible. You should assume, even though it's wrong, if you think of them that way, I think it would be easier to be a little bit more kind and a little more compassionate. Especially if you don't feel that way. If you don't feel broken, I think you should do something with it. Because I feel like I can reconcile two seemingly opposing perspectives. One perspective being that the world is utterly fundamentally broken, and that the world contains beauty beyond anyone's imagination. This is what Carl Jung said. He said if the branches of the tree want to go up to heaven, the roots have to go down into hell. So if you can see both of these things, I feel like you should be able to make the bridge into making other people understand how whole and complete it actually is. So it seems like you could offer something from that, or I'm just insane. I'm actually insane. I'm a crazy person, and that's why I feel that way. It's an alternative hypothesis, and look, it's still on the it's always on the table. But I don't know, I'm beginning to doubt that. I don't actually think I am. And I know that this is really a bad time to mention this now that I just said I'm not insane, but I do feel like I should come clean, and I should say I've actually been Slurp on Lipstick number 4 this entire time. So I'll bring out the real host of the show. I've been Slurp on Lipstick. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Wow, that was a fun joke we all played, but we know, of course, I'm the real host of the podcast back on. And I would never say any of that stuff. I mean, that sounded nuts. Well, thank you so much for, sticking around for that long, for whatever the fuck that was. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in my dreams, maybe. If I see you at the end of that long, dark hallway, and I can make out your face, and if I ask you for your name and you tell me your name and it doesn't match your face, I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna wake up. All right, well, run along. See you later. Bye. Go. I'm not going. You go. You have to go first. You have to hit stop first, or I'm not going to stop. I'm in it for the long haul. I'll be here I will do this for as long as you need. You have to stop before I stop. You have to do it. You can't make me be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. Oh man, wait, I just realized that. Fuck. So, yeah, hit pause in your podcast player, or just do something else. Listen to music, listen to a better podcast, listen to rain sounds. This podcast is over. The content part is done now. This is no man's land. This is a wasteland of entertainment. If you kept listening, I actually would lose a lot of respect for you. But yeah, there's nothing here. There's nothing here at all. If you haven't hit pause by now, like, this part doesn't count. This isn't part of the episode. Do you know what I mean? This is like in Mario when you clip out of the level. Like, this isn't part of it. You gotta go back to the castle. You know? Jeez. Yes, there's just not a lot going on here, I guess is kind of the point that I'm making. There's got to be something you could be doing. There's got to be something else you could be doing with your time than listening to this. I really hate to tell you this, that it's come to this point, but I just went to the kitchen and I just got nuts. So I'm going to eat them. I'm going to eat the nuts on the mic. And I'm not going to make it funny. I'm not going to make it interesting. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to do it. If I was listening to this, I would throw up. I'd be projectile vomiting by now. Oh my God, this is so gross. This is disgusting. Look, you're the one who wanted to listen to a podcast. These are really good nuts. They're cashews. They're Planters cashews. So, that's the good stuff. They're the nutrition. They're the wholesome nut mix. It's a good blend of different types of nuts. I think there's an almond in there. Yep. If you think this is a joke, you have no idea. You have no idea how I operate. You don't understand me at all. I'm completely committed to this. Do you understand the game you're playing right now? I have nothing to do for the rest of the night. You can't win this battle. You can't do this. Like, I understand maybe you believe in yourself, you think you can power through. That you can just listen through this without skipping ahead, and if you do skip ahead, there's not going to be anything interesting at the end, so there's no reason to. Because the episode ended. It's over. The whole thing's over. You're just chasing ghosts. There's nothing left for you here. You just have to wait until next week. They really got that nutty taste, you know? It tastes like nuts. It feels so good to be free of content, to be free of ideas. This is real purgatory. This is true purgatory. I'll see you next week.